All right. There she blows. The good old-fashioned dislike.
How's the camera doing? It's not bad, but I need to fix it. Wide screen, advanced settings, brightness up and contrast down. Persian Blue here before the announcement.
Oh my goodness.
Lucky Bat.
I
Wait,
just-
wait, wait. Oh.
I just put out the announcement. Speaking of that, there we go.
Happy Heritage. Contrast is for suckers.
Yeah.
Dr. Jokel, what up? And Thrastus. Hey, hey, fellas. Hey, hey, Blue Table fans.
That's an oldie but a goldie.
Good old the Gately.
Yep. One of the best Warhammer YouTube channels in existence, I would say.
Mm-hmm. He's posting his memoirs to his business channel. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that.
Tuck of Fame. Hello. Persian Blue. Anyway, gonna be right back. Then I'll be sitting for 3 hours painting guard. Yeah. The letter K, good morning. Good morning. The letter K is back. Good morning. Good morning to you. Dr. Jokel. A&W is not the kind of beer I expect on a long stream.
Does that have caffeine in it?
No.
It should.
Yeah, it's no caffeine, no sugar. It's basically nothing.
Yeah. Prussian Balloon. Also, Nick should check the memes channel.
Whoa, 77. Sup, boys? Flimbo the dude. What's up? Hey, Nick. Reaper only. Built my first wet palette. Holy shit, what a difference. Cloaks made easy. Stone 9387. Awesome. Love your work, sir, and your channel. Thank you. The letter K. J, the gun barrel. Come on. It'll happen. It will happen.
I don't think you should drill it out.
It'd be really funny if I don't.
I mean, that's how God intended it to be, not drilled out.
What are these Legion of the Damned supposed to look like?
Orange.
Yes, clearly. Legion of the Damned 40k.
Oh, Kino Kinones. I think they mean paint a drill on it. That makes sense.
Therastus. Also, Jay, your basing tutorial using drywall mesh and zip ties worked wonderful for me. Thanks for giving out so many basing techniques. Oh yeah, we've done a couple. And we got more in the works.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, never not more basing tutorials.
Mm-hmm.
I want to one day have 1 million.
That's
That's a
quite the
very
number.
reasonable goal.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to set things crazy.
Right.
They say set yourself achievable goals.
Yeah, and 1 million is just about right.
Flimbo the dude, I got one question, only one right answer. Now, what's cooler than being cool? What's cooler than being cool? Being ice cool? Being Ice Cube? Being Ice Tea?
Ice Cube. Ice Tea.
Ice Baby?
I think it's Ice Tea.
Disco. Frozen? Kino has drywall, mesh, and zip ties. Sounds a lot scarier than it should be. Takamoto, hello all.
Have you seen Frozen 2?
I have not. I didn't really love Frozen 1.
Me
That was
either.
fine. I'm like, kids would like this.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't a kid when I watched it though.
No. Thraftus, assuming you made 10 basing videos per day, it would take you 273 years to achieve your goal.
That's not bad. What if I made 3 a day?
I mean, where's Joe Dracos when you need him?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I know back in the days when we would publish 2 a week, it was rough. It was just like, oh my god, how do we burn through them so fast?
Mm-hmm.
We should have just re-released some of the ones we did before. I remember way back on the channel, we had like 3 days of like a whole week of dirt videos.
Yep.
Could this be a base?
One.
Sure, it can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would come up with the bases on the spot.
Mm-hmm. Dirt base. Mud dirt base.
I think like Battlefield dirt base.
Battlefield dirt.
Dirty dirt base.
Dirty dirt. Flimbo the dude. Eons of Battle HD remastered.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna release those old videos on Blu-ray.
I mean, they already are HD.
Yeah, I never noticed any difference between a DVD and a Blu-ray.
No. One's more expensive.
Yes, there you go. Figured it out. Good job. Good work, team.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the Blu-ray has more fun special features.
Mm. Yeah.
Kino, it's easy. Take the current basing videos and split them into 5 parts. So today on Eons of Battle Basing, we're going to apply the glue. All right, bye.
Yep. And there you have it, glue on a base.
Takamoto, Frozen was put out by Disney so that whenever someone Googles Frozen, the results for Walt Disney being suspended in ice would no longer be the top result.
I'm pretty sure that's true.
Dr. Jokel, Jay, you didn't like Frozen, but you like episode 8 and 9? You need to let it go, can't hold it back anymore.
Letter K. Who the hell pressed like? Answer me, coward. I don't know. I don't know who did, but really disappointed in them.
Matthew Cheeseman, I've been painting Raven Guard True Metallic Metal right now, and they're yellow, magenta, and blue. They look like Rainbow Warriors. Ah. The Rainbow Warriors are actually a Space Marine chapter.
Mm-hmm.
From way back in Rogue Trader days. Although they're called the Rainbow Warriors, they're not that rainbow. Brian Hoffman, this is the only Legion of the Damned mini that I'm missing. Ooh.
Wow.
Maybe my eyes are just bad, but I rarely see much improvement in video quality past 720. Dr. Juggle, if you didn't notice the difference between a DVD and a Blu-ray, then your TV was not capable of showing the difference. I didn't mind DVDs, though.
Yeah, so you had a shit TV.
Dislike cause singing. G. Keaton, ha! Made it sooner.
Yeah, because really you had to buy the new TV and Blu-ray package.
Yeah.
Just buy a little of everything.
It would have been great if there was actually like HD oh gosh, what were the VHS?
Blu-ray?
HD VHS. Kino Kinonis. Plot twist, Legion of the Damned is Nick's secret kill team. Yeah, he's probably working on the fine cast ones like a pleb.
Yeah.
I got the classic hard metal.
I mean, at least mine are okay cast.
Wouldn't it be great if Games Workshop was like, all right, we are bringing back Curse City, but only with fine cast models. Which would almost make sense if my theory is correct that somebody broke the mold for one of the molds for the box. Like somebody wasn't paying attention and they put the die into their $1 million like milling machine and then had it set on manual instead of like automatic. And that that $10,000 tungsten carbide bit just plunge cut straight into it. That's what I hope happened.
I'm sure that's what happened. And they were like drinking their tea and spitting it out. What? They're just screaming, running around.
Jason Nicoletti, what up? Disco, I miss nothing of VHS. Especially the rewinding of tape. Hold on, let's see that scene again. Whirring for like 5 minutes. Corbin the Blood Angel, I painted for 7 hours and finished 3 characters. That's really good. Kino Kinones, if you want HD VHS tapes, become a detective. They still have to work on VHS tapes all the time. I remember when I was in Sullivan, Illinois, which is pretty far south. I could buy brand new shrink wrapped VHS tapes from the local dollar store. Of course, I had to pry it out of the hands of the Amish to get it, but
Right.
that was my copy of Police Detective.
Oh, those Amish.
Yeah, I mean, they're starting to move away from Betamax into VHS, which is, I think, a good upgrade. Maybe in a few decades they'll be at Blu-ray.
Rhaegar, what a big PP gang. Amazing. Corbin the Blood Angel, how long was the stream been going?
How long has this stream been going?
I guess so.
15 minutes?
15 minutes.
It's Illinois South Brain Explode. South in Illinois. Every state has a South.
That's true.
G. Keaton, injection molded plastic. My wife works with something similar, styrofoam. Multitude. Silly Amish. VHSs are for J.
Exactly.
The letter K. The amount of burps is disappointing. Disco. Southern Illinois is a strange place. It is.
Mm. Rhaegar, I'm from South California. G. Keaton, I'm from South Carolina. Amazing.
Happy Heretic. Illinois is dark and full of terrors.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you nailed it.
Hmm? Jesse Nicoletti, I got 300-ish VHSs gathering dust, including the original Star Wars collection. I only have three VHS, and it's the original, not special edition Star Warses. And one day when I get a working VCR, I will watch them in all of their glory. Happy Heretic. Illinois is dark and full of terrors, but y'all got nothing on the complete insanity that is Florida. Gators ringing your doorbell to talk about their Lord and Savior Godzilla. I know there's a famously hilarious Florida man story where somebody like drove up to a fast food place and threw an alligator through the window.
The baby alligator?
I small enough to throw, so probably like
Wow.
5 foot or less.
Wow.
Which means he saw a gator and was like, you know what? You know what I could do today? I might need this. Also, if he's in the drive, he must have ordered something. I guess maybe not. Maybe he just drove straight up to the first window. And then they open the door and they're like, "Sir?" And then he just throws in an alligator. Jesse Nicoletti. VCRs will be 100% phased out soon. Thank God for Goodwill. I mean, they don't make them anymore. Aren't they 100% phased out?
I mean, I would say that they are.
I remember walking around our local community college, and there's so many old, like, giant TVs with the built-in VCR.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing they can do with them except toss them.
Right.
Rhaegar tips. I change my wet palette paper like I change my underwear. Once every 2 weeks. Yeah, see, that's reasonable.
Perfect. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, very reasonable.
Corbin the Blood Angel. The alligator story happened on my birthday.
It's a birthday present.
Dr. Jokel, I have a Mitsubishi VCR that will rewind a 4-hour tape in 60 seconds. It sounds like a jet engine spooling up on the rewind.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Thrastus. Alligators are surprisingly easy to handle and carry around if you know what you're doing. So the crocodile hunter was full of poop. Just a Nicoletti. I was followed around a 7-Eleven gas station parking lot by a gator in Florida. I wonder if it's like ducks, like they get used to people feeding them. They follow you around.
That makes sense. Troll Mari, any thoughts on painting some Sisters of Battle? They're getting some new stuff. I think so. So it might be cool to see.
I mean, I always want to, but I don't. Starting another army. I will one day collect Sisters of Battle, but
I mean, will you one day collect anything and everything?
no, I don't care about Eldar. Don't care about Tau. Don't really care about Admech.
I mean, there's still a lot of armies left.
I don't know. I might dabble with Custodes. Don't care about Dark Eldar. I do want those sisters mech suits though. And people got so upset about them on the internet that I really want to do a video about them.
Oh my goodness.
TK, City Prince. Remember, folks, show your love and support and hit that thumbs down. We love them. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and join us. We have a Discord and Patreon channel. Also, thumbs down.
Exactly. And we only have 18 thumbs down at the moment, which is complete and utter bullshit.
Yeah.
All right, now we have 19. It's a little better.
Happy Heretic. Oh, look at Mr. Fancy Pants Rhaegar. Oh, I'm so rich I can afford to change my underwear twice a month. Well, la-dee-da, Mr. Frenchman. Corbin the Blood Angel. Are the Black Templar their own chapter or a sub-chapter of the Imperial Fist? They are their own chapter. They appeared in the second founding. So they're not a first founding chapter, they're a second founding chapter, and they're a successor to the Imperial Fists. So their prime arc is Dorn.
Zerg619. Wow, I just entered the stream and just had a welcome burp.
Yeah!
Welcome burp.
Jesse Nicoletti. I should mention I worked at a 7-Eleven, and it was 3 a.m. and we had a canal behind us. I think in Florida, canals are just called gator chutes.
Gator chutes?
Yeah, in Florida, it's called gator chutes and ladders. Gator chutes and gator escape ladders. Rhaegar, have you ever painted any Song of Ice and Fire minis? No. I've seen people paint it up though. It looks pretty cool. I think some miniatures are based on the movie or on the TV show, and some minis are based on the books.
Lucky bat. 7-Eleven, the natural habitat of the gator. Is that an animal fun fact for us all?
Zerg619. Hello. There's the Burpy Bones vibe.
Tamari, seriously, make a Belcher Marine someday. I will pay you for a concept mini.
Thrastus, save money by flipping your wet palette paper over. Yes, I've actually washed, as long as the paint doesn't start to dry, I've washed the paint off of my parchment paper and reused it. Happy Heretic. Every single body of water in Florida has at least one gator in it, including every koi pond and swimming pool.
And like potholes.
Yeah. Rhaegar, I'm painting a Jaime Lannister mini right now. Neat. I didn't like Game of Thrones. It's fine. Except, not really. I didn't like it. It was mostly too miserable and, like, mean. I guess like it's realistic. Like the good guys don't always win, and the bad guys aren't always bad, and then it's not fun. I don't know what's gonna happen. There's too many characters.
Yeah. I thought it looked boring.
Yeah. There's like a couple of cool characters. I liked Peter Dinklage because he's great in everything. I liked Arya. That's about it. Gee, Keaton, I did start on a Warhound today. Wow.
Happy Heretic? No joke. When the wife and I were house hunting, we looked at a house where the pool hadn't been cleaned in months. So it was more like a pond. There were turtles living in it and a 2-foot gator.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Zerg619. Hello, Eons. I bring bad news on the Primaris papercraft model. It is on hiatus until the creator manages to make a helmet. He's terribly obsessed with creating 100% equal to the resin figure. Ah. Rhaegar. Also, if you couldn't tell, my username is a Game of Thrones character. There's a million Game of Thrones character. Who the heck is Rhaegar? The only character I remember is Peter Dinklage. I don't remember what character he plays. I just remember he's Peter Dinklage. There's an amazing fan song on YouTube, the Peter Dinklage theme song, and it's just the same Game of Thrones theme song, but it's Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, and every time like a new instrument comes in, it's a new guy. It's the same guy just saying Dinklage different. It's wonderful.
Amazing.
Apparently, like they explain where the heck you are in the show and in the world in the opening credits, but who's gonna watch the whole opening credits? It's like 2.5 minutes just to be like, oh look, a continent I don't recognize. Good. Corbin the Blade Angel. Do you think I should rob a national bank so I can have a full collection of Warhammer?
Yes.
I don't know about a national one. Maybe go too local. You have a better chance of getting away. That's true. All three.
You just rob every bank you see.
Yeah. That's struggle. Jay, Peter Dinklage is not a character. It's his name. Don't disrespect the Dinklage. Rhaegar is Dany's older brother who died before the show starts. They mention him more in the books. Which one's Dany? Who's Danny? He sounds like a 7-Eleven worker. Is that an old-timey name? Danny? Danny, and then old Bill. Steven. Then there's Jim. And Samuel.
Jim.
There, Constantine. And Samantha. Jesse Nicoletti, if he robs a bank, then you're liable. Nah, we'll just take down the episode.
Yep.
Happy Heretic. I once helped an angry snapping turtle across the road. He was not appreciative.
Well,
those things can really move. One time, I tried to catch a snap. I eventually caught him, but they can actually get some really good bursts of speed going. The really big ones.
Mm-hmm.
Corbin the Blind Angel. Danny the Dangerous Drug Addict. I have no idea who this character is. Oh my god, Akino Kinonis. Teaching Jay, ASOIAF, A Song of Ice and Fire. Just call it Game of Thrones. The next one. I bet I could learn the game. The game's probably easy. I thought the show was mostly boring.
Joseph Hodson. I feel like I missed an inside joke. Why do you ask for dislikes?
Because we do.
I mean, because we told you to dislike the stream. That's fine.
Yeah. You know, if you want to help support the stream, leave a dislike.
Mm-hmm. It's if you want to watch the stream, you got to dislike. It's just part of the entry process.
So we know you're cool.
Mm-hmm. Happy Heretic. I stopped watching Game of Thrones after season 4.
I think I did too. I don't remember how far I got.
I stopped watching it before season 1.
Yeah! I think I watched the first 3 seasons because everyone at work was never stopped talking about it. And they said it was the greatest thing they'd ever seen in their lives. Mm-hmm. So I watched and it was fine. Mm-hmm. Costumes are pretty cool. Every character was dumb. Jesse Nicoletti. Did Butters describe Game of Thrones in South Park? Balls and wieners. Balls and wieners. I don't remember any dong in the show.
Maybe you weren't looking for it.
I guess not.
Littergate, dislike to join Big PB gang. Exactly.
Another thing I thought was frustrating about the show is there were so many characters that it's like, like when you're watching an episode and it's like, I guess it's going to be a this character episode. But not completely a this character episode because they would jump back and forth. So you just kind of have to plod through the boring people to get to to Dinklage. Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage. Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage. Oh, it's great. I almost like the show because of that YouTube video. And like towards the end of the video, like the person singing it starts cracking up and just fights through it to finish the song. It's great.
Sire Smashy. Why you got a dislike? Because you have to. You just got a dislike.
Desi Nicoletti. I never watched it, to be honest. I found it annoying to hear it advertised that much.
Dr. Jokel, Game of Thrones was okay until the last season. Hot take, I don't think Westworld is as good as people say.
I never saw Westworld.
Me neither.
If it's sci-fi, though, I'll probably like it. Apparently there's a show right now about like an alternative like space race. That looks pretty sweet. I'm sure I won't watch it because I don't watch anything, but that show seems neat. Prussian Blue. Remember, guys, Jay's Star Wars opinion is wrong, but my Game of Thrones opinion is right. Unless you like boobs and boring. Then I guess it's a pretty good show.
Mm.
The best thing to come out of game. Oh wait, GOW. What's GOW?
Game of War.
That's not what the show's called.
I know.
Is it a cover of Vanilla Ice Baby?
I have no idea.
Therastus. When I was 16, I started 40k in its 6th edition. I got a bunch of Tyranids, and naturally, as a dumb kid, I got burnt out after painting 180 gaunts. So I looked for another army. You got through 180 gaunts?
Therastus. Naturally, it was Imperial Guard. I didn't learn my lesson about hordes. Yep. You just started 2 of the same armies.
Yeah.
And then you started Orcs next.
I think out of those 3 armies, which one do you think is the most expensive? Or needs the most models?
Tyranids.
Tyranids. It might be... I bet it's pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that you can definitely play Tyranids Big Bugs, and you can play Guard Mechanized. Is there a such thing as a small model count Orc army? I feel like you're always going to have at least 30 boys. At the very least.
And you could do kill cans.
Kill cans. I think to this day, I think kill cans and Death Dreads are some of the best models Games Workshop's ever made.
Mm.
They're getting a little old, and they still look amazing. Matthew Cheeseman. I mean Game of Thrones. I'm not down with the kids. Yeah, I think Game of Thrones did really, really well with the elementary school crowd.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Prussian Blue. Where's the hashtag Eons of Pets channel yet? Damn it.
Jesse Nicoletti, I always played my Nids Gene Stealer heavy.
Yeah. Joseph Hodgson, Speed Freaks. That's true, Speed Freaks. I plan on doing something like that with my 30 bikers. Which is crazy I have 30 bikers. They come through to a pack. That means I have 10 packs.
Oh my god.
Takamuto, working on my Pikachu Draft Dread at the moment. Kino Kinonis, the real Horde army is demons. Imagine just a shit ton of corn berserkers. Ooh, you know what's a real Horde army? Yeah, a Tzeentch army that's only Brimstone Horrors. I think Brimstone Horrors were at one point like the cheapest item in the game. And they were a troop.
Only Brims.
Joe Dracos, I'm an avid Nid player. I hate Gene Stealers. Because they're really hard to paint because they have 6 limbs, or because they don't play well, or why do you hate Gene Stealers?
Jesse Nicoletti, shit, I just used my glue brush and thought it was paint.
Wait, how did that... So was the glue brush loaded up with glue?
Maybe.
Or did you just use like a horrible brush and you tried to paint with it? I need answers.
Yeah, really spell it all out. Coec15324. I'm getting started in Warhammer with Gene Stealer cards. I also do not like Gene Stealers.
I mean, I guess you don't have to take Gene Stealers in a Gene Stealer cult army or a Tyranid army. It just seems like a weird army to draw you in if you don't like one of the main units, though. Mm. I really want all of the different Gene Stealer cult independent characters. I think they're amazing. The Keller Morph and the Biologus and
Biolante.
And the Biolante, the Magos. I think they're all super, super cool. There are Erastus, 4 Gene Stealer cult Acolyte hybrids can hit just as hard with the right buffs and cost half as much. Yeah, but 4? I mean, good luck getting... if it takes 4 to hit as hard as a Gene Stealer, good luck getting, 10 into combat. But you can get 10 Gene Stealers into combat, and they're all punching with the strength of 4 Acolytes. I mean, they may be expensive, but I feel like they do different things. Sometimes it doesn't break down into straight math. Sometimes it's all about the movement and the placement. Special rules. Matthew Cheeseman. Forget the channel, but I saw a guy make a Judge Drefted on an Outrider bike. Man, I would say the Judge Dredd has probably one of the best movies and the worst movie. The Stallone movie is horrible, but the Carl Urban movie is amazing. Prussian Blue, working on 4 of my Nurgle Guard kill team. Also for the ETB challenge, can I just add a single grotesque mask to a model's face or not? Also, can we scratch models with a knife to create gashes? And to say no to the mask, yes to the gashes?
Yeah, no kit bash.
No kit bash.
That'd be a different challenge.
Mm-hmm. Jesse Nicoletti, I used a regular brush to get the glue. The Tamiya brush blows. Oh. The letter K. Boys, my time has come. It is 5:40 a.m. and I cannot push through. Good night.
Oh my goodness.
You gonna sleep for like an hour? Kino Kinez. My favorite cultist model is the little imp that helps the mad scientist guy. Oh, he's so cute.
Beautiful.
Takamuto. Killer Morph makes me want to get him. Paint him like the Big Iron. Always refer to him as partner. Joe Draco's Gene Stealers punch once and die. Well, yeah, but I mean, that's kind of the point.
Mm-hmm. Aren't their punches pretty good?
Yeah. Well, they're one of those models you kind of want them to charge something that doesn't want to be charged. Like they're not gonna mulch like close combat specialists. Mm-hmm. But I mean, most vehicles don't want to be in combat. Most infantry doesn't want to be in combat. Most characters don't want to be in combat. If you get them you get them with those things, they will destroy. And they're not that expensive points wise. At least they weren't an 8th. Mm-hmm. Cool, Urban the Blood Angel.
How many attacks do they have?
I think they had 4.
4? That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Corbin the Blood Angel, I think I'm going to do a full Dreadnought army in Blood Angel's armies because of the Librarian Dreadnoughts. Yeah! Oh, the Librarian Dreadnoughts. Super cool. I think that Grey Knight should get Librarian Dreadnoughts. Because every single Grey Knight is a Psyker. And I think their Dreadnoughts are Psykers. They just don't get any rules. It's just in the lore they're Psykers.
Who makes the library cards?
Dr. Trokel. Judge Dredd does have one of the worst and best of the best. Much like Star Wars 1 through 7 being the best and 8 and through 9 being the worst. I mean, I don't know. I have to watch 9 again. I watched it the once and I enjoyed it. I can't believe it's worse than Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones is poo-poo. Yeah, I mean, you talk about character assassination. Remember when little Yoda became a general leading an army and then did, like, crazy ninja flips? He, like, dies of old age 20 years later. He's doing ninja flips?
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense.
Joseph Hodgson, do you plan on doing any more videos of your mass painting your armies? Love that shit. Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some army painting, some one-day challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Corbin the Blood Angel, the only reason we get them is because we have the most powerful Psyker, cough, Mephiston. Joe Dracos, if 10 models, you need 10 or more models to make sure they get into close combat with enough dudes to get the attack buffs you need to spend 300 points, and to get the first turn charge, you need Swarm Lord. I don't know. I'm more familiar with the Gene Stealer cult, Pure Strain Gene Stealers than the Tyranids Gene Stealers. But, I mean, Gene Stealers compared to the Neophytes or the Acolyte hybrids are amazing. Sure, they don't get a pistol, but who cares about a 1 strength 3 4-up pistol shot?
Mm-hmm.
Hits on 5s, wounds on 5s. Oh, they all missed. Now the Space Marine takes 1 3-up save.
Yeah.
I know you always want because your big punchy dudes is the Patriarch, which I always ran in the few games I played with my Gene Stealer cults. I ran the Patriarch with a big blob of Gene Stealers, and that was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
But then I really like the who are the big punchy guys? The hybrids? They're all hybrids. The big fat monster hybrids.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Lucky Pat in a Yoda voice. Responsible for war crimes, I am. Prussian Blue. Attack of the Clones had the clones. Episode 9 had atmospherically challenged Star Destroyers. Yeah, and lightsaber fights. Some cool lightsaber fights.
Thrafstiffs. Aberrants.
Aberrants. Yeah, aberrants are your killers. Or your close combat killers. The only problem is they're slow and dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So you almost need to buy them some sort of an HQ or to babysit them.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to put them in some sort of a vehicle. Usually a Chimera or a Goliath truck. Although I think in 8th you could even get Gene Stealers in a truck. Ethan Jones, digging the retro vibes. What's the plan for finishing up this guy? I guess picking out the rest of his details. He feels a little disjointed. I looked up the model online, and that's kind of what it looks like. Kind of just painted it like the box. Quinones, I refuse to make a Gene Stealer army if I can't get the OOP Patriarch, the out of production Patriarch, the big fat guy on a chair. It's a pretty good model. I know. I have all 4 plastic Patriarchs. I have the Gene Stealer Cult one. I have the Tyranid one, and I have the Space Hulk one. And I believe it's limited 1 per army. So it's great that I have all these. Because in theory, in the lore of the Patriarch, it's the first Gene Stealer that landed on a planet and started the infestation. So there would only be 1. Robert has Downs Jr. Huh? I know big punchy guy as dad. Power Surge. A bit off topic, but I had homemade peanut butter sauce for the first time. It is by far the best sauce I've ever had. I used it for dipping chicken tenders. Peanut butter sauce? I don't know if I know no idea. Peanut butter sauce. I mean, you can buy peanut butter for like $1. I don't know if I'd want to home make it.
I'm assuming sauce is different than peanut butter.
Yeah, like I know you can some stuff needs peanut butter. Like I know there's peanut butter in egg rolls. Jesse Nicoletti, I got 3 old metal cultists and 1 Magus from like 2nd edition in metal. Ah, nice. Andy Crimson, oi there. Coomers? Chumers? Chummers? Dr. Jokel. Plus, Yoda didn't die. He became one with the Force. Remember, luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. I also love that he like makes a dig at Luke when he's like, when you're 900 years old, you're not going to look this good. Coec15324. I accidentally have a second Keller Morph. Someone convinced me not to paint him like Woody.
You got a friend in me. Power Surge. You use peanut butter, but it has a bunch of other things. It's a bomb. It's also very, very sauce-like, less dense.
Ethan Jones, what's your favorite Chaos Space Marine Legion game or lore-wise? Death Guard. I love the Death Guard. They're fun. Does that count? The Death Guard is a traitor legion. Andy Crimson. It's Shadowrun slaying. Corbin the Blood Angel. Does anyone remember that Darth Maul tried to run over Anakin as a kid? Running people over in a hover bike does not work very well. This does not give the desired effect.
Yeah. It makes sense.
I always forget, how did Darth Maul find them on Tatooine? Did he use the Force? Or no, what was it, like they were running out of gas because the hyperdrive was broken and so they only could have made it to Tatooine? I don't remember. Episode one might be my favorite prequel just because it's so bad and funny. But it doesn't make any sense.
It is very funny.
Clearly Jar Jar is the best Star Wars character that's ever happened. Also, what's weird...
The Distraction, the Death Guard book, is also amazing. Like Black Library or the Codex?
I've heard from my favorite lore channel, Auspex Tactics.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually been very, very
Mm-hmm.
impressed by all the 9th edition codexes, which makes me think that actually 9th edition might be really good in 18 months when all the codexes are out.
Wow. Yeah, I can't wait.
I mean, the Necron Codex is really interesting. It has like 10 times the rules of any other book.
Mm-hmm. The distraction, the 30k book.
Probably the Horus Heresy.
Mm.
I think you'd love
Old
reading
Horus.
all 26 Horus Heresy books.
Oh, I'm sure.
I think you'd really get a kick out of it.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Prussian Blue, Lords of Silence is really good. Love that book. Oh, Dr. Drokel. I rate Jar Jar just above Rose Tico and way above Vice Admiral Holdo. He's on par with Porgs. Why do you carry so much hate in your heart for these new Star Wars movies?
Mm-hmm.
They're
it's fun to
fine. They're all fine.
Akino Kinones, rumor has it that Games Workshop isn't releasing codexes right now because they're lazy.
Oh, I think you nailed it.
I mean, like we've said a bunch of times, they're just sitting around drinking tea.
That's all they do all day.
Did you put out the new codexes?
Kino Kino, it's hard to hate something that inspires such little emotion. No, clearly it inspires a lot of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan Jones eating tea and drinking crumpets.
Exactly.
Jonathan Dubois, hey everyone. I mean, the only truly horrendous Star Wars movies we've ever gotten are the Ewok movies, and we've all collectively chosen to ignore them. Dr. Jokel. Not all the new ones. I like 7. I hate that they destroyed every plot point in 7 and to set up 8 because they had no plan and then tried to fix it all hurriedly in 9. Yes, yeah, that's definitely true. Which is amazingly exactly what happened in the prequels. Episode 1 does not set up Episode 2. Episode 2 just sets up clones exist, and then 3 has to do all the work. And a little bit the same thing happened in the new movies, where 7 is great, and then 8 kind of ignores 7, and then 9 kind of ignores 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely having a plan. But then they also made Rogue One and Solo, which are excellent.
Yeah. And if they took a long time, then how would they make money real quick?
Yeah. Power Surge. Haven't seen Mando yet. Is it better than the sequels? It's different. It's a TV show.
Mm. I
I really like Mandalorian, though. I need to watch season 2. Kino Canales. I unironically love episode 2. I mean, I've seen it probably 100 times. I think it's the worst of the prequels. I like 1 because it's dumb. It's really dumb, and I love the art direction. I also love that, like, the whole movie takes place during the day. Most of episode 2, it feels like takes place at night, except for the very beginning and the very end. The distraction, Life Day. There's if anyone, no one should watch the holiday special, but everyone should YouTube Life Day song, where Carrie Fisher sings a in-universe Star Wars song about Life Day to the tune of Star Wars, completely high on cocaine. It's kind of wonderful.
That sounds amazing.
Prussian Blue. Jay, 1 and 2 are literally a decade apart. 7 and 8 are like days apart. Well, they're moments apart. They're not even days apart. They're moments apart, which I think is it probably wouldn't have been a problem if JJ was handling it. He must have had something. But then they gave it to Rian Johnson, who he had his own thing. And if Rian Johnson, if he was given like probably 3 or 4 years, it probably would have been the best Star Wars movie ever made. But they gave him like 2, which means he probably had like 16 days to write the script.
Right.
Andy Crimson, I liked Solo for the fact that it was a Star Wars heist flick. But it felt like a Han Solo backstory checklist, most of all. I didn't think so. I mean, he gets the ship, and he gets Chewbacca. But I mean, that's all the parts of Han Solo. Like, it might have been a better movie if he doesn't meet Chewbacca and doesn't get the Millennium Falcon, but I also liked Chewbacca and the Millennium Falcon. And I like that it, like, we don't... I think it would have annoyed me really bad if Han Solo ended with him, like, walking into the bar where he meets Luke and Obi-Wan. But there's like 2 decades of adventures he goes on before any of that happens. So it kind of leaves plenty of room for your mind to fill in the gaps. Thrastus. Mando is the only new Star Wars content I've enjoyed since Episode 3 destroyed my childhood joy. I liked Episode 3 when it came out. You know, when I was 12. I thought General Grievous was so cool. Jesse Nicoletti. I heard George Lucas is suing Disney for something like regaining creative control. No, not a chance.
No.
He doesn't want Star Wars anymore. The only reason he would want Star Wars is, I think, because Mandalorian is doing really well. Because I'm sure he doesn't want Star Wars back when everyone, well, when, you know, some people are vocally hating on it. That's the whole reason he sold it.
Right.
Because everybody was bullying him. Dr. Jokel, what? Please rewatch the prequels if you think they don't flow into each other. I'm not saying they're masterpieces, and I'm not a big fan of Episode 1, mostly because of the kid and Jar Jar. I mean, they flow into each other like there's the same characters, but I don't think they flow because you don't have to watch Episode 1. Literally everything is explained to you in the first few minutes of Attack of the Clones. Like, oh, hello, princess. We met in the last movie, didn't we? We sure did, Annie. Like, that's everything. That's all the information you need to... You need to know that there's a shadowy bad guy who's still shadowy. Actually, you know what's really weird about Attack of the Clones? Is you don't see Emperor Palpatine until the last goddamn second of the movie. In Episode 1, you see him all the time because he's the big bad guy. Also, in the first movie doesn't flow into the second movie in terms of bad guys because Count Poo-Poo died, or not Count Poo-Poo, what's his name? Darth Maul dies. And then I guess Count Dooku shows up. and then Count Dooku dies, and then it's General Grievous for like 2 minutes, and then it's Emperor Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Flow is probably too strong a word. I think they do. I mean, they're definitely 1, 2, and 3 because Anakin is, 9. I don't know, like 17 and 21.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I've seen these movies hundreds of times. I know them by heart.
Yeah, but Jay is also wrong.
Yes. Prussian blue. Oh, fuck. A firefly just flew into my eye while I'm painting. And you can... and how he got his blaster. He did get his blaster. And actually, it's really cool. His blaster is always kind of looked different, particularly the one that he carries in A New Hope. It's slightly different one than he carries in Empire: Return of the Jedi. But in Solo, you actually see it's part of a rifle, and he takes the rifle parts off of it, and it becomes his pistol. And it's kind of fun. And it kind of points to like why his pistol is scoped. Which, I mean, the reason it was scoped is just because it looked cool. But now we found out that his pistol is actually part of a blaster rifle. Which I thought was neat. Joe Dracos. Episode 7 was a crappy reskin of 4. Nah. Episode 8 had no point. It did have a point. But try and fail to reskin 5. Episode 9 was another crappy reskin of 6. J.J. Abrams, recycler of old plot lines. Nah. I mean, I get that you just despise these, fun adventure movies. But they're all right. They really are. I definitely think 7 pays homage to 4, for sure. But it's not a redo because all the characters don't line up. Like, is Han Solo a ripoff of Han Solo? And if anything, Han Solo is playing Obi-Wan Kenobi in 7. Mm-hmm. Matthew Cheeseman. Lucas might want Star Wars now. It might be going cheaper than a 40k starter box. Mm-hmm. Power Surge. Pod racing. We need a pod racing movie with a dumb story. Ooh. Yes, we do. I would love a pod racing movie. Lucky Pat. Describe Padme without mentioning her job or her costume. She's Natalie Portman.
There you go.
She's British. Well, Nabooian, but yeah. And she really, really is into murderers. Mm-hmm. The distraction. Maul didn't technically die. No, he didn't. He didn't technically die. No one really dies in Star Wars ever. Happy Heretic. Dude, I just watched that Life Day song. The writers must have been snorting Scarface levels of cocaine. Absolutely. It's incredible. Happy Heretic. The point of 8 was to suck. No, he was trying to do a thing where it wasn't only about good and evil, because good and evil is a little bit played out. It was about shades of gray. It was about the importance of failure in learning. I don't think everything was told very well. But it was about things. I also love Rey and Kylo and Luke in that movie. Really, I mostly just ignore everything else. But Rey, Kylo, and Luke are amazing. Dr. Drogo. Episode 1 set up Anakin being engineered by Sidious in one line. Dr. Drogo, it sets it up with one line. When the guy who most people didn't even notice was the Emperor, because most people don't know who Ian McDermott was, he says, we will watch your career with great interest. That one line is flow. Anakin's mom, which becomes the beginning of his fall, Obi-Wan having to take on an apprentice before he was ready to start, of Sidis's plan to take over. Kind of. I mean, Obi-Wan takes on an apprentice before he's ready, but I don't know. He seemed pretty ready. Qui-Gon Jinn said he was ready. He declares him a Jedi Knight halfway through the movie. Also, what's funny is the opening title crawl says 2 Jedi Knights, but it was actually a Jedi Knight and a Jedi Apprentice. So, George Lucas, do you watch your own movies? Prussian Blue. I agree with 7, but I still blame Ryan for leaving him with no choice when he killed everything interesting JJ set up. Who was supposed to be better than Snoke? Who was going to be Phasma? Oh, what if Phasma was the big bad? The distraction. I have over $20,000 of Star Wars hot toys, and I have not yet seen Solo. What's a hot toy? Is that like a sexy toy?
like a hot meal, like a Hot Wheels?
Yeah.
Like one of those McDonald's toys?
Mm-hmm. Dr. Jukul. Natalie, the Queen Amidala is mother of Luke and Leia and part of Anakin's obsession with power. That sounds like a great character. Because like if you describe like C-3PO, he's effeminate, he's prissy, he's a scaredy cat. R2-D2 is headstrong, he's fierce. He likes to zap people. He always saves the day by sticking his little thing in a thing. That are, thank goodness, built at trash can level.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Juggle, hot toys are high-end figures.
Ah.
Apparently everyone knows what these are, but us.
Dr. Juggle, Jay is a Raylo confirmed. Prussian Blue. Solo has one good thing, in my opinion, the Mimbian scene. If you don't like Han Solo, what do you like about Star Wars? Like, if you don't like pew-pews and spaceships and lightsaber daggers and heists and lasers and space trains, like, what do you like about Star Wars? Is it just Luke, Han, Rey, or Luke, Han, Princess Leia, the droids, and Darth Vader?
Andy Crimson, Rogue One was the best movie in my opinion.
I liked Rogue One a lot. Happy Herdig. Let's just admit that R2 is a horny droid having sex with every machine he can stick his dongle in. Matthew Cheeseman. Queen Amidala thought Anakin was a creep right until he told her he killed all of them, even the children. Then she was all over him. Killing children is tight. Let's get married.
Yeah.
Joe Dracos, believe it or not, my favorite Star Wars is Rogue One. Yeah, Rogue One is legit. I love Rogue One. Prussian Blue, I loved Rogue One because Shore Troopers and the Saving Private Ryan feelings.
Mm.
Kino Quinones. I like Star Wars for the Christian Buddhist sword fights and nothing else. I mean, I think you get some of the best sword fights in the new movies. The fight in the snow in 7? Holy moly. And you can also Fallen Order, fantastic. Not a movie, but still. Is that one of the video games? The distraction. I have a problem with the idea of Solo because he seems lazy, and I know they explained away Han's piloting skills as an AI in the Falcon. Well, I mean, they put an AI in the Falcon, but Han flies it. The AI just found a path through the maelstrom. Han Solo flew the path. Also, the first thing in the movie is Han doing an epic speeder chase to prove he's a good pilot. But they prove that he's not quite, like, perfect yet because he ends up crashing and getting his thing stuck between two buildings, which was great. Power Surge. The actress from Rogue One. What other movies is she in? She's Felicity Jones. I don't remember. Joe Dracos. I still think that the new trilogy was trash, however. Bad writing, bad plot, bad character development. Sure. I don't know. I think they're far better than the prequels, and I think the prequels are fine. So... Snow fight in 7 wasn't Buddhist enough. What are these Buddhist fights? Is the only Buddhist fight where Obi-Wan and Darth Vader are slapping sticks? Because one of them is really old and the other one can't see. And Crimson, it's a Dark Souls-esque action platformer that came out about a year and a half ago. Impression Blue. I agree. L337 was on the nose, but kind of cool character. Hated that it undermines Han's credibility with flying. I don't understand how it undermines his flying. They plug it in to get a map to get through the maelstrom, and then Han flies through the maelstrom. Like, it wasn't like they just put the ship on autopilot. Mm-hmm. And doesn't he, like, boomerang slap a TIE fighter into a asteroid? I feel like he pulls off some pretty wicked stuff.
Some pretty wizard stuff.
Yeah, that was pretty wizard, Annie. Also, I never thought Han was the greatest pilot in the galaxy. He's just pretty good. And I always thought he was bragging when he said his ship was the best ship. Because he's trying to get them to pay him to take them places. Mm-hmm. And he's kind of a scumbag who shoots Greedo. Prussian Blue. Just remember, guys, Jay is also Ron. Dr. Drogle. It used to be in Star Wars Extended Universe that the Falcon had several droid brains installed and that they would fight each other, which is why it always breaks down. They decided to make it canon. Yeah! Oh my goodness. The best Star Wars game was KOTOR2. I love the acronyms. Mm-hmm. Prussian Blue. Han's most notable accomplishment is the Kessel Run. In Solo, it's explained as L337. That's why. Okay. Am I wrong when I think they plug in L3 to find a map through the maelstrom and then Han flies through the maelstrom? Am I wrong? Or is that not exactly what happens in the movie? Mr. Smouch 13, ayo, how are you guys tonight? Love seeing the live painting sessions.
You mean live arguing about Star Wars sessions? That's really what it is?
Dr. Jokel, it doesn't undermine his flying. It's just the same as an astromech droid doing the calculations to jump to hyperspace. Okay, but how come it wasn't, though? Like, he doesn't just say, beep, boop, zoom, and then he was there. It's like a 10-minute scene of him flying through asteroids and dodging TIE fighters and then a giant space squid. How is that just punching in coordinates to go to light speed? Impression Blue. Astromechs also often fly/assist flying heavily. Do they? When is that a thing? R2-D2 is not helping Luke fly. I think there's like parts. Like I think there's a part in Empire where they're flying to Dagobah and they're like 3 weeks away, and R2 might be, or the pilot. It's either being autopiloted or R2 is flying the ship. But I don't think the astromechs like help you. I guess the astromech did kind of fly for Obi-Wan in Attack of the Clones. But that's just because Obi-Wan sucks at flying ships. Matthew Cheeseman. Nope, Jay. The stupid scheme was only put in to explain the the Kessel Run being done in 12 parsecs, a measurement of distance. Then, when written, Lucas thought it sounded like a cool time period. Well, yeah, I mean, everything is fake.
Space is fake.
I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know. What's the difference between it being cool when he flies through the asteroid field in Empire and then when he flies through the Maelstrom in Solo? Jesse Nicoletti, I wonder if Warp 9 or Lightspeed is faster. It always confuses me in Star Trek when they go to different levels of warp. Because Warp 9, I think they're exponentially faster. But they only seem to go to Warp 9 when they like really need to get somewhere. I assume it takes up more power. Dr. Drokel, it's a thing in X-Wings. Jay, you sweet summer child. Dr. Drokel, name me the movie or TV show or book where it's a thing that the astromechs... Because I think you think this is a thing, but I'm wondering if you're just taking this from some video game or something. You know, give me a percentage of the human piloting it versus the astromech piloting it. Expansion Gaming. I believe Film Theory talked about this. He gives the best example as to why the ship is doing most of the flying with the AI. What, MatPat? The YouTuber? I don't understand. How do you quantify how much is Han Solo piloting and how much is astromech piloting? Also, film like MatPat, the game theory guy? Because I don't take his word for anything. I'm a YouTuber. How come I'm wrong?
Because Jay is also wrong.
Ah, you nailed it. Okay.
I mean, we made the graphic and everything.
That's true. Takamuto, true fact, Harrison Ford has no clue what he's doing, anything in regards to flying the Falcon. Everything he is doing is improv, thus Han Solo has no idea what he's doing. Takamuto, I think you're absolutely right.
Nailed it. My goodness.
Impression Blue, Obi-Wan's astromech flies his ship. Yeah, but he tells it to.
Bah.
Ah, Jesse Nicoletti. Higher warp causes fractures in the warp plane or something. Get us there. Warp 6, engage.
Disco. This combo on Solo has gotten Jay so excited he was cured of his burps.
Yeah. No, I just ran out of burp water.
Burp water. That's a damn shame.
Expansion Gaming. Rey can do the exact same Han Solo moves with no prior pilot experience with ships. Actually, she did say she has flown ships, and it can definitely be implied that she has flown the Falcon because she knows it sucks. But she does say, it is a quick line, but she does say she has flown ships, just never left the planet. Mm. And the reason she can do cool tricks is because she's a Jedi. And Jedi are good at things. Anakin won a pod race at 9.
Pretty wizard.
That is pretty wizard. Dr. Trickle. Jay wasn't disagreeing with you. L337, Leet, only provided the map coordinates. Han still flew the ship. Mm. I also love, there's a great line in Solo when he goes, yep, we made it in 12 parsecs. And then Chewbacca says something, and then Han says, not if you round down. So it wasn't even 12 parsecs. Mm-hmm. Dr. Jokel. Astromix can plot courses, calculate jumps, and fly the ship. They just don't necessarily do it, but they can. Happy Heretic. I read a theory once that said Han wasn't a great pilot, and the line about 12 parsecs was him just bragging, was BSing Luke so that he could cheat them. Yeah, that's kind of what I always assumed.
That feels about right.
Especially since his ship really does seem to suck. Like, it's always breaking down. Mm-hmm. Alcoholic. Don't forget, if you travel too fast, you begin to de-evolve. A la the worst episode of Star Trek Voyager. I haven't gotten to Voyager yet. I'm still working my way through the Next Generation. Expansion Gaming. Ah, yeah. Jedi plot armor. Very wizard. That's Star Wars. Mm-hmm. AMC Crimson, about 88 miles per hour fast.
Wasn't there rumors they were going to make another one of those?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know why not. Mm-hmm. Dr. Trickle. Astromechs are built to be both mechanics and co-pilots when needed. Yeah. It sounded like from the chitter chatter that people were like, oh, Han didn't even fly the ship. Like, he did, though, because of the movie. You know what is really funny about Solo is how incredibly dark the movie is. I've watched it a couple of times, and if you are not watching it in optimal lighting, it's hard to see. Apparently, the cinematographer they got was somebody who really, really is into using natural light. And so the movie is just really, really, really dark throughout. Mm. Yeah, which is probably not... It's probably a great way to shoot like a cool noir or like a mystery movie. Not maybe the greatest way to shoot a space adventure. I know there was one film reviewer who, at the end of his film review, he says, by the way, all the clips I'm using, I had to digitally brighten.
Oh my goodness.
Andrew Crimson, especially the intro of Solo, so blue dark. Disco, the cinematographer was into grim dark. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Justin Nicoletti, who shot first, Han or Greedo? Actually, Han was the only person to shoot. He shot Greedo right up through the table. Dr. Jokel. The thing that nobody realizes is that George didn't write parsecs in the script. He wrote parsecs, which actually opens up a whole different can of worms. Oh, you know what? You know what movie has what Star Wars movie has a really cool opening? Was Rogue One, like the spaceships flying like across like a planet ring. Oh, it looked so cool. Prussian Blue. J, a regiment of Talon Desert Raiders or the Tanith First and Only. Which wins? What's the Tanith First and Only? Tanith First and Only. Is that a Dune thing? Happy Heretic votes Tanith. I bet Happy Heretic's right. I vote Tanith. Andy Crimson, Gaunt's Ghost. Gaunt's Ghost would win. Tanith equals Gaunt's Ghost. Okay. Neat.
And speaking of that, I'm gonna go take a piss. I'll be right back.
All right, before he gets back, what's his secret kill team? I bet it's Dark Eldar. My spies have informed me that it is Dark Eldar. Dr. Jokel, I honestly thought that the Dark in Solo was worse during the Imperial battle at the start and thought it was to hide budget savings when they decided to reshoot most of the movie. No, it definitely wasn't budget savings. It was definitely shot like that because it was beautifully shot. It was just the wrong choice for a Han Solo adventure movie. When I saw it on the big screen, it did look amazing. But yeah, it does not look quite as amazing on my $60 Amazon monitor. Power Surge. The distraction. Are you close to a window at all? Me? No. I'm in a basement. Matthew Cheeseman. In the unlikely event my EOB marble base doesn't look horrible, how do I show them off? I don't know, like Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest? Take them to your buddy's house, show them there. Lucky Bat, only the chosen one gets to know the secret kill team. Prussian Blue, Gaunt's Ghosts were the regiment raised among two other Tanith ones just before the planet was destroyed. The Ghosts are the only Tanith humans still alive, hence the first and only moniker. I know they were a batch of somewhat cringy models you could buy from Games Workshop back in the day. Or am I thinking of the Last Chancers? I might be thinking of the Last Chancers. Dr. Jokel, the Imperial battle I noticed was very dark and everything was shot up close. No big, wide, or panning shots. I figured they were hiding some cost cutting in the redos that way. It's possible, although it also wasn't, that scene wasn't really a big war scene. So, and we do get some moments, like we get a really cool shot of a AT-ST being dropped off, which is really cool. It kind of fills in the gaps of how do AT-STs get to the planet. Well, they get dropped off in these kind of shuttlecraft that have a clamping arm. And then we see him running through the Imperial trenches. I also wonder if, because classically all video games have always depicted the Empire as just swarms of stormtroopers. I wonder if we'll see any video games switch over to the Imperial Army men. Probably not, but it would be kind of cool.
All right, we're on burp water number 2.
I wish this was my last burp water that I had.
Oh my goodness. Go to the store right now.
Okay, I will. Yeah, keep them entertained. Thrastus, well, I now have 2 units of Acolyte hybrids, a Kellermorph, and an Acolyte Icon Ward assembled, so the army is coming along nicely. It is. Very nice. Happy Heretic. The last chancers are the poor man's Tanith. The distraction, re-questioning. What do you use when you airbrush or use chemicals for extraction of paint fumes? I have a stove vent fan installed over my painting desk. That's probably really smart. I don't do anything. I just wear like a paint mask for a little while.
A bit of a respirator.
A little respirator. Prussian Blue. I love the Minban battle. Really reminds me of the D-Day scene in Saving Private Ryan. Love that stuff.
The Rapstus. Just inhale the fumes.
Yeah, they make you stronger.
Takamuto, gonna head out. My flesh has become weak from this day. Good night. Great stream.
And Crimson, I forgot I put a bid on eBay for the original AdMech SC with Dune Crawler. Start collecting. The original AdMech start collecting with Dune Crawler. I just won it today. I mean, it seems it's 10 Skitari. It came with the guy, the tech Magos, not a Magos, the tech general, and a Dune Crawler. Good night, Andy Crimson. Prussian Blue. What doesn't kill you makes you terminally ill.
It is true. Sometimes
that's one of the great bad jokes that Norm Macdonald says. Whenever he's bombing on a late night show and he starts breaking out the bad jokes, he's always like,
so you mean
whatever
right from the beginning?
Yeah, whatever doesn't kill you makes you incredibly weak. It almost killed you. Andy Crimson. Lol, I was saying goodnight to Tekamuto. Okay. You gotta otherwise I don't know. Or it doesn't matter.
And that one.
Yeah, just take the good night. And then maybe you'll get a second one later. Who knows?
Ooh, you can get good nighted twice.
Yeah. You get twice your money's worth. Don't go spending all those good nights in one place. It is annoying, though, to have to people. Otherwise, no one knows what's going on. Ooh. DS28 tips. New to Warhammer, and today I picked up Archon, 10 Hellions, 20 Drakari Warriors, 3 Venoms, Razorwing, Jetfighter, 3 Ravagers, and 1 Traitor. Good deal. That sounds great. I mean, if it was a good deal, as long as it didn't pay retail, it's probably a pretty good deal. But yeah, that sounds like a full-on start to finish Dark Elder army. That sounds awesome. I've always loved the look of the Venoms. DS28, by the way, love your videos. Keep it up. Yeah. DS28, $200, sorry. That's probably pretty good for $200. I mean, the Jetfighter alone is what, like 60? Ooh. Matthew Cheeseman. Drunk eBay bidding. Literally never a good idea. But a bit like birthdays when you get that mystery package a week later.
Yep. What the hell is this?
Power Surge. I think $200 is mega solid for an army. Yeah. I did some some pricing of a Sisters of Battle army not that long ago, and it was like $600. Nope. Yeah, for some reason, some of the newest possible stuff from Games Workshop is more expensive than some of the older stuff. Very odd.
Just buy all the old stuff.
I do not want the old Sister of Battle. It's all garbage. I mean, the Sisters of Battle metal probably held up the best, but it still looked pretty bad.
Well then.
All right, we'll be right back.
Oh my goodness. I mean, what do you even think you're doing? Amazing. I'm continuing on the old secret kill team, which is always fun to talk about, because everyone knows what I'm talking about, obviously. Getting all painted up. Prussian blue. Jay's kill team is orcs. Oh my goodness. I mean, maybe it is. If I could bet money, I think it's Sisters of Battle. Prussian blue. Nick, you should stream your kill team match. I know we were actually talking about it. Doing some streaming at some point. We were thinking about maybe getting a third person to help manage the chat, so we could also respond to people and stuff. I think that would be a lot of fun. And then we should also have kill team games where the chat decides what we do. I think that'd be also fun. Prussian blue. Have bat do them. Alas. Sometimes lucky bat isn't always around. Oh my goodness.
I found a Coke Zero. Let the burps begin.
Oh my god. And your Crimson a kill team game where others decide what you do? Yes.
Yeah.
That would be really fun. Lucky bet. I think it'd be fun if the chat decides on what you roll.
Jay only gets ones this round.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, that could be brutal though. Like, okay, you just getting to decide if you fail a nerve test.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
The distraction. I lost all my old armies, 2k points of Steel Legion, 20k points of 4th edition Tyranids, and about 4 other full armies when my father helped me move 10 years ago.
He stole them and sold them on the black market.
Mm-hmm.
eBay.
Holy cow, 20k points of 4th edition Tyranids. How much did that weigh?
Mm-hmm.
I guess 4th edition, there would have still been a lot of metal. 20,000 points. I have 5,000 points of Space Marines, and it's a lot.
It is a lot.
Power Surge, plot twist, your dad is playing your army. He's winning GTs.
Guaranteed. He's playing he's playing your army. The distraction, they were almost all metal. Yep, that's a heavy army right there.
It's like, what do you got in here, dumbbells? And then you were like, yes.
Yes.
Like, good for you, son, working out. Gotta stay fit.
You got your dumbbells.
Matthew Cheeseman. My dad sold all my second edition Magic cards when I moved out. I had a couple of thousand cards.
The distraction, and all ended up in an effing dumpster. That's the most dad move if I've ever heard one.
I always wonder, I mean, this stuff's getting pretty popular, this models. I wonder if we're going to start to see, like, more models at Goodwills. Like, more secondhand. Because, like, this stuff is pretty precious to people. So it's probably, I can't imagine all of it just gets tossed.
Yeah, I don't know.
I suppose it's probably still not quite popular enough to really make a difference in making it easier to obtain. But eventually...
Unobtainium?
Unobtainium!
That was
Steven Spielberg! Or no, not Steven Spielberg. The other one. Terminator, directed by... Who directed Avatar? Chat! Who is it?
Lucky Bat. Sad animal fact. A lot of those quarantine dogs are going back to shelters. I mean, yep. James Cameron.
Power Surge. Hey, at least you guys got something out of your cards. I got all my first gen Pokemon cards stolen at school from my backpack when I was in 6th grade. Had a holographic Charizard, Mew, even the card.
Oh my goodness.
Holographic Charizard. It's got to be worth 10 grand. I don't know. I don't know anything about Pokemons. This distraction. My dad was the most dad move dad of all dads. I just hope a dumpster diver got lucky and they're all still out there. Woo 77. James Cameron. James Cameroon.
I either think your dad is wearing a baseball cap, has a fanny pack on, the cell phone on a clip onto his pants.
Jesse Nicoletti. Flea market. I got 20 chaos horses guys on foot, spear guys, half complete, and a hard plastic game searcher from Arnie case for $15. Happy Heretic. You basically had a $20,000 card stolen out of your backpack. To be fair, though, if it was your high school self, I mean, wasn't that card, covered in Cheeto dust and grease and cat fur?
Some people are careful.
Some people are careful? Yeah, so that, since you're a kid, it was probably only worth $10,000. Jason Nicoletti, a first edition Holo Charizard 9.9 sold for $45,000. See, this is what I don't quite understand. So they make a lot of these cards. But they're still so rare that they become super, super, super highly valued.
I guess so.
And I guess, like, the most popular cards got worn out the most, so that's why there's less of them around?
Probably.
Dr. Jokel, it's not Pokemons, it's Pokemons. Oh, Pokemans.
Pokemans.
It's Pokemans. Power
APC. What up, homies with ponies?
Homies with ponies! Speaking of ponies, there was a new episode of Hell of a Boss, and it was amazing. It's because the main character likes horses.
Mm.
Really, really good. I was a little nervous because it was like the first episode was great, and the second episode was amazing, and the third episode was pretty good, and the fourth episode kind of sucked. And I was like, uh-oh, well, here we go. And then the last episode was amazing. So it's just a complete crapshoot. Lucky Pat, why can't they just make more cards? Curse City. Prussian Blue, Pocket Mans. Look, I caught a holographic J. His special power is being wrong. Corbin the Blood Angel, what the fuck? You're all still alive? I left like an hour ago. On Saturdays we go long.
Yeah.
We'll probably go another hour.
Mm-hmm.
I think I didn't collect any of the trading cards when I was young. I had some Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but just one pack.
Mm-hmm.
I think somebody tried to teach me how to play, but I think they were lying or just making it up.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
how many people really knew how to play?
Yeah.
Who unfolded that giant accordion with all the rules?
Yeah. I mean, I had Pokemon cards, I had Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I knew no one that knew how to play.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know how to find out how to play. Like, where are the rules?
I think, didn't they come with a big accordion fold-out with the rules?
I don't remember it. I just remember the pack. Maybe as a kid I was just like, I don't want paper. I just want the cards.
What's a really fun thing? Yu-Gi-Oh is pretty easy to play. I think what's really fun is sometimes at Walmarts and Targets you can find when cards go out of date or they're no longer the hot new card. They just put 25 of them in a pack, and it's just a blind bag. If two people buy 2 of those and just play that as their deck, it's pretty fun. You'll just get garbage. There's no synergy whatsoever. It's great. You'll get 10 of the same card. Lucky Bet. EOB trading cards. It's just 2 cards, but one is an ultra rare. Prussian Blue. What color should my Nurgle Guard Sergeant's hair be? Pink.
Orange.
Matthew Cheeseman really should print out some fake trading cards to use as masks for airbrushing.
Yeah, I only use my ultra rare cards as a mask for airbrushing.
I love in Yu-Gi-Oh the card art because it's just so bizarre. Pokemon kind of makes sense, just a bunch of little monsters. I have some of my favorite cards in Yu-Gi-Oh. I have one that's called the Nimble Beaver, and it's just a regular beaver. I have another one called Cupid Dunk, and it's a Cupid playing basketball. There's some amazing stuff.
Is it wearing a jersey?
Yeah, it's a Cupid wearing a jersey, dunking a basketball. I think it's a monster. I don't know what it does, but it's great. Dr. Jokel, the Nimble Bieber. Yeah, the Nimble Justin Bieber.
Oh, yeah.
The Nimble Beaver. Now, that's a euphemism for something.
Yeah.
Kino Kinonas. I went to a housewarming today, and they had a dartboard with no darts. Was disappointed.
Yeah, what the hell? What's wrong with them?
Mm-hmm.
Jesse Nicoletti. Jay, that sounds like they just ran out of good ideas.
No, those are the good ideas. Who wants another like soldier or knight?
Mm-hmm.
I want the weird stuff. That makes no sense.
Mm-hmm. Voluptuous ant.
I have one Yu-Gi-Oh deck that's like a legit deck. It's a magic deck. And then I just have a bunch of random stuff.
Mm.
Corbin the Blood Angel, do you paint plasma green or blue? I've done blue, I've done green, I've done purple. I'd like to try pink. A lot of chaos plasma guns are pink.
Mm. I like that.
Titans always seem to do the plasma glow copper, which is interesting.
Like a red?
Yeah, like a red metal. I don't know if it would just look awkward if it's like a giant tube of like glass that's like bigger than a school bus.
Power Surge. Orange is the best glow. Changed my mind. Obscuro. What up, everybody? Hello. Happy Heretic. Well, I'm off for the night. Later.
Good night, Happy Heretic.
Good night indeed.
I think that the plasma glow probably should just be based off of whatever glow is going to look nice on your mini. I think for this guy, I'm going to do like a glowing red, because fire is kind of the thing for these guys.
That's fun.
And I mean, it's not only is this a plasma gun, it's an undead magic plasma gun.
Magic the Gathering?
Yeah. Prussian Blue. I like silver copper plasma guns because it looks like they aren't actively charging. Like, I think they only glow when they are literally firing. Probably. Power Surge. But fire is orange and yellow. I mean, it depends on who's on fire.
Depends on what is on fire.
It's I love the old saying, give a man a fire and he'll be warm for a night. Set a man on fire and he'll be warm the rest of his life.
I mean, that is true.
I think the Buddha said that.
Yeah. There's 14 people that like this stream.
No!
37 downvotes, though.
I think some people just show up to like it, just to mock us.
I do. I think so, too. That's pretty ridiculous. How rude.
How rude.
Exactly.
It's not racist. That's how Jar Jar says it.
Also, it's racist. Somehow it's both.
So do you think the actor and George were like sitting at a table one day just trying out accents to be Jar Jar? Okay, what if I'm like, Misa called Jar Jar Binks? No, I don't know if I like that. Can you make it more happy? Misa called Jar Jar Binks. I think we might be getting there. Hold on, I gotta drink my coffee. Okay, I think we might be getting there. Can you make it more clowny? Misa called Jar Jar Binks. Perfect. I love that. The kids will love that. That's pretty wizard. And then that man was bullied almost to suicide.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Prussian blue. I'm gonna switch my dislike to a like just to mock Jay.
How dare you? That's complete and utter BS. BS.
Don't call me Shirley. Jay, what was that Lego thing you are building on the computer program? I didn't even know I talked about this. I'm building Hogwarts because I have a whole bunch. I have a whole bunch of Hogwarts or Harry Potter Lego minifigures, and so I want to build a Hogwarts that hangs on the wall. And
Were you asking what program?
Oh, a program? It's a stud.io studio. It's very cute, and it's free, and it's wonderful. It is super, super, super fun. If you have an itching for Lego, but you don't want to spend any money, it is perfect. Mm-hmm. Very easy to use. Fairly powerful render engine, which is great. I made some different mocks, which is my own creation, and I rendered them, and I made my own Lego box arts, which is pretty awesome. Matthew Cheese Man, what would have been a different film? Orcs instead of whatever Jar Jar is.
Are there people that stream putting together Legos on the computer?
I don't know. I mean, we should.
Eons of Legos.
Honestly, though, you guys would watch it, right? It probably would. You know, if we tried one time, you guys hop on stream and it's just me, and it's the screen recording of Legos.
Mm-hmm. And then you, instead of you in the camera, it's you as a Lego minifigure.
Yeah.
That we move back and forth.
What if I'm building a 40k thing out of Legos?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Dr. Gold, yes, there are people who stream putting together Legos.
Yeah, but are they busty ladies?
I mean, they better be.
It's usually what it is. And are they doing it in stud.io? Like real winners?
Or are they using LDD, Lego Digital Designer, like plebs?
or are they doing it in real life, like real losers?
Yeah, Lego Digital Designer is not bad, but it hasn't gotten a real update in years. Mm. I remember there used to be a thing, you built your thing on Lego Digital Designer, and then you could buy it. You could order the bricks.
I remember that. That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I think I might have actually done that when I was putting together. I have a book that is instructions on how to make working guns out of Lego. Not like working firearm guns, but a gun that will shoot Lego blocks. And I think I could not get a source some of the parts from Bricklink, but I could buy them from Lego. And so I made a creation that was just like, 25 2x4 tiles, 16 whichever tiles, and something else. Mm-hmm. Power Surge. Hey Nick, if you made 3D printed weapons, I'd buy them off you. Weapons for miniatures, not real weapons.
I'm only making real guns.
Yeah, we're working on a small thermonuclear device.
Yeah, exactly. 100% 3D printed.
Yeah, you actually use the UV cure station to cause the nuclear fission. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Prussian Blue. I need chaos-themed ideas for my Nurgle Guard shoulders. Obviously, I have the Nurgle Triangle and Chaos Star, but I want more ideas. I mean, you could just have, like, big paint chips that have like rust pouring out of them. Could have a tentacle coming out of a shoulder.
Diseased goo.
Maybe the 3 dots of Nurgle could be eyes.
Burps.
Holy moly, Dr. Drokel. I've been putting together a lot of Lego recently. I bought a huge tub of it from Goodwill, and I've been figuring out what it was all in there. I've put together 31 different sets so far.
Jeez.
Holy, how many pounds of Lego did you buy? Matthew G's, man, it saddens me that my daughter builds a Lego model, then calls it done, rather than taking it apart and doing something else. Well, maybe you just gotta give it time. You gotta wait for her to get completely bored with it.
I mean, you sound like a bad parent.
The distraction. It's cheaper to buy real guns than make with them out of Lego. I like Legos. They're fun. Not Mega Bloks, though. Mega Bloks suck.
Oh my god.
They're definitely not exactly the same thing.
No. That's real cool. I don't know how many pounds. I paid in freedom bucks.
I get
it. Was
it.
a big storage tub.
Yeah, must have been 31 sets. Prussian Blue, but Halo Mega Bloks. That is true. Halo gets the cool, or Mega Bloks gets the cool themes, like Halo and Call of Duty. Corbin the Blood Angel. Jay, what's your opinion on balls? You know, balls like the glass containers that you can
like
things
ball
in?
jar?
Yeah.
Ball
I'm
jars?
sure. I think that's what he means.
They're pretty good. They're probably the best jars you can get.
Yeah, if you want to, you want to preserve your veggies.
Or maybe marbles. Little glass balls.
That would work. Sometimes I'll put marbles in my paints or for mixing balls. Usually I just use rocks, though, which everyone tells me will destroy my paints.
Yeah.
But there's a little secret. Probably won't. Unless you're putting in like a cat turd, it probably is not going to mess up your paint.
And even then, I mean...
And even then, it's just your brown is a little richer.
Yeah. It's a little bit better.
Yeah.
The Distraction. Big regret is giving away my massive Star Wars Lego collection in 2007.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
That's a regret. You know, I understand that one.
Yeah, I got my Legos. They're in a tote.
I have all my Legos.
Maybe when I'm retired, I'll rebuild all my sets.
Corbin the Blood Angel. What about big balls, Jay? I mean, big balls.
I prefer the normal sized jars. I feel like the big balls jars are too big. It's too much jar for me.
Right. Although, I mean, when I'm making pickles.
That's true. That's true.
With my big cucumbers, they're kind of the big ball jars are probably the best.
Montier, BRB ice cream run. Ooh, bring some back for everyone. I could use some ice cream.
Please do. I would like some ice cream. I want some cookies and cream. That's what I want right now.
Ooh, cookies and cream. I like a cookie dough.
I also like cookie dough. Right now, I just want cookies and cream because I also want Oreos.
Ah, there you go. I think my favorite is Moose Tracks.
Mm-hmm.
I like moose tracks.
I mean, they give me moose tracks in my pants, let me tell you.
Dr. Trickle. There were 2 Assassin's Creed Mega Block sets. I don't think I've ever bought Lego at Goodwill without having to filter out at least some Mega Blocks.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was at the thrift store the other day, and they had a couple baggies of Lego, and I'm like, oh, I should buy these. It's like investing in gold. You know, the price is just going to keep going up. But they wanted like $20. I guess they knew what they had.
Mm.
Lucky Bat. Blue Moon is best ice cream. I will not compromise. Is Blue Moon a flavor, or is Blue Moon a brand?
Brand?
What flavor is Blue Moon?
I think it's a brand.
It's a brand.
I think it is. I think it's like I think it's a Wisconsin thing. Because I've heard other Wisconsin people talk about it.
Get some Blue Moon, eh? Go, Pat,
maybe
go.
it's not. Because I've never heard about it. Never heard it here.
Yeah, in a real state.
In a real state. Mm-hmm.
Only in the far off land of Wisconsin.
Ah, Blue Moon is a flavor.
Ah, what does Blue Moon taste like?
It's compared to Fruit Loops.
Oh.
No, thank you. I don't really like Fruit Loops.
Nah. I like Apple Jacks, though. Mm-hmm. Although I haven't had Apple Jacks since I was like 10.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah, that's probably a good clarification.
Although I haven't had Apple Jacks since this morning, so.
Mm-hmm.
Prussian Moon. Moose Tracks, stop having the wrong opinions, or you'll hit the rocky road.
Mm-hmm.
Scalene triangles. Mint chocolate chip will always be my beloved.
We were talking about that yesterday, weren't we?
Is that part of like the acute obtuse scalene?
Yes.
Ah.
I think it is.
Was scalene just normal?
I don't remember.
Because acute is wider than 90.
Smaller.
Or no, smaller. And obtuse is bigger than 90. Is scalene normal?
I don't know, but I like the face.
It is pretty good.
Prussian Blue. Personally, I like French vanilla and cookie dough.
Ah. Solid picks.
Don't call me Shirley. Ohio doesn't exist.
Fact.
Obviously.
Power Surge. It's all about Carvel ice cream. We don't have it here in the Northwest, but in Florida, it was the best ice cream ever.
Mm.
Ah, okay. Scalene triangles. Scalene triangles are where none of the sides are the same length.
Mm.
Dr. D. The big storage bin of Legos I bought was $29.99 at Goodwill. It also had 2 gray 4x4 base plates in there. Those new would be around $30. Oh yeah, I bet that was an amazing deal. Prussian Blue. Scaling isn't an angle. Okay, everybody here schooling us.
Mm-hmm. And then you're gonna say rocks aren't mammals. It's an OG joke.
Power Surge. Chocolate ice cream with black cherries and chocolate shavings. My ultimate favorites. Ooh, Matthew Cheeseman. Nick, how would you rate the Borg in 40k?
I don't know what any of that means.
The Borg. We are the Borg. Resistance is futile.
Yep.
It's a Star Trek bad guy.
Yeah. I thought it was a Star Trek.
Do we have a bunch of Star Trek fans in here? I do not like Riker or Troy. I like them, like I want to like them, but there's just the writers just give them nothing. Riker's a big old dummy who has to ask all the questions so that everyone else can explain what's happening in the show. And Troy is an empath who's never around whenever her powers would just solve the plot. And so it makes her feel useless. Corbin the Blood Angel, what's the best burn you've heard, Jay? I think like 3rd degree. I don't know if there's worse than 3rd degree. Matthew Cheeseman, you said TNG was your favorite. I mean, it is my favorite right now. It's the only one I've watched. Corbin the Blood Angel. No, I don't like Star Trek at all. The distraction. Here in Vegas, I met a classic ice cream shop owner of a classic chain that spent $200 to get the original style of press scoop on the brand that the brand used to use. Power Surge. Star Trek is more boring than A New Hope.
Ooh.
I would, especially if you buy like cheap ice cream. Have you ever taken cheap ice cream like right out of the freezer? And it's harder than concrete. And I would love for if like one of those YouTube channels that shoots garbage with guns. I would love for them to somehow like they get like a mini fridge, like a mini freezer and an extension cord, and they take it out, they put it immediately down on the table and shoot it. I bet it would stop bullets. I mean, it's ice cream. It softens up quick, but that right out of the freezer, that it's so incredibly hard.
I feel like the hotness of the bullet probably will cut right through it.
I bet it retains its structure and it explodes from the pressure of the bullet. I think like regular like smaller bullets, I think they'd all go through. I think smaller bullets would probably kind of explode it. Well, I think larger bullets would completely explode it. I guess it would just always explode. I bet if you shot it with like a 22, it would laser beam right in and then like stop in the middle. Flimbo the Dude, I like monkey flavored ice cream. I've always heard of like chunky monkey ice cream. Like what flavor is that? Is that peanut butter?
It's made out of chunky monkeys.
Dr. Jokel, I don't like Riker because of his sheer machismo threatens you. Troy's worthless because she always conveniently missing when she's needed, but she is hot. So I want to like her because there's nothing wrong with her. It's just the writing. It's just like they never, the alien looks like a scumbag, and then she's like, I sense he's not being honest. And it's like, yeah, Troy, we all know that. I sense he's not telling the truth. Oh, is that why he was, looking left and right and, said it in a very weird way. Like, it seems like she's just a character to explain empathy to the dumb audience. Also, I'm in season 6, and we've just gotten our first piece of information about her. She likes Westerns. And that's great. It took us 6 seasons to learn any information about her. Prussian Blue, we have a custard joint here that's absolutely amazing custard. Love it. I know you mean like a custard store, but I like to think you have custard joints. You can neunhoit some doinglage custard. Corbin the Blood Angel, it matters on if they are hollow points, the caliber, because the speed and load means it could explode or just go straight through. Hollow points, the bullets would probably explode. Oh, yeah, Dr. Ogle. She also loves chocolate ice cream.
Wow.
I want them to shoot it with the biggest gun in the world. I want them to shoot it with a 50 cal.
I want them to shoot it with a tank.
I want to see some Breyer's ice cream getting shot with a 50. The only problem is, I mean, you know, you got to shoot it real quick. Because I want it at its most... Maybe, you know what? Shoot it inside of the freezer. Have the bullet go right through the freezer into the ice cream.
Frozen custard, or the distraction. Frozen custard is the way to go. I also like frozen custard.
Don't call me Shirley. Jay while painting Plague Marines. I am the Liquor Nick. It's a reference to Trailer Park Boys, and I love it. Dash Struggle. If Riker and Picard did the Dragon Ball fusion dance, they would become Kirk. Oh, Riker. Riker. What was the name of the captain from the great
George.
two-parter? Yes, yeah, you're right. Now I can't even remember the episode name.
Gosh damn it!
But Riker was being a little
Annoying.
Like they had to beg him to do his job. Prussian Blue. Chaos Black Templar painting when? I mean, Black Templar would never ever fall to Chaos. But they're chaotic enough, I think, to be chaosy. Lucky Bat Jellicoe, yeah! Chain of Command, yeah! When Jellicoe is slightly rude, not even rude, he's just being... I mean, in Star Trek, they're technically in a military. It just usually feels like they're on, like, a yacht. And, you know, they play games and they write poetry and they do whatever they want to do. And then, like, a real person comes on board and, like, makes them do their job. And everyone is like, oh, I don't like this guy. And then Riker is like, he gets demoted. But then at the end, the mean old general's like, Riker, can you fly the thing so that we don't all die because you're the pilot? And Riker's like, if you beg. And then Jellicoe's like, Riker, will you please fly the ship for us? And then Riker's like, yes, I will. And then he puts on a big old smile as if he's right.
And speaking of being right, I'll be right back again.
Corbin the Blood Angel. A 50 caliber, there would be nothing left. So, Nick, first off, how am I going to get a 120 millimeter cannon? And second, don't you think that's a little overkill? I think it would stop in the ice cream. I think the 125 pound bullet would stop in the Breyer's ice cream. Prussian Blue. Also, the Templar would definitely fall to chaos, just not very easily. Nope, no Black Templar has ever fallen to chaos. The distraction. I love how much detail you are adding to the plasma gun that will get blasted away if you put the glow effect on it. Dr. Jokel, I watched a video on YouTube a day ago where a guy's 50 cal exploded firing a slap around. It broke his finger, or it blew up his finger, broke his right orbital bone, and punctured his jugular. Yeah, I mean, guns are just controlled explosions. And I guess the bigger the explosion, the more potential there is for damage. It is kind of interesting though, because like even a 50 caliber bullet is not particularly big. I mean, it's not like as big as a bomb. So you wouldn't think it could do that much damage to you, but it can. Prussian Blue, none have fallen yet. Blue Bob Man, Black Templar are too insane to go insane. Dr. Jokel, yeah, notice how episode 8 kind of borrows the Riker Jellicoe story from Poe and Holdo. Although in episode 8, Holdo is kind of right, maybe? I don't know. I don't think either did a very good job of showing insubordination. Because in episode 8, it made Poe Dameron kind of look like a big dummy. And I think in Star Trek, Jellicoe was supposed to look like the bad guy, but it just made Riker look like a big dummy.
Like a flame. Man, I spent hours and hours picking up details on an orc buggy the other day, and between the mud and rust, you can't see half of it.
I've definitely been there before.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Cheeseman, ever see Luton's worst jobs? Realistically, the worst job of Trek Universe is the person that has to clean all the man juice out of the holodeck. It's a thing. It's a thing. Whenever Riker has like a charged moment with a woman, he always says, all right, I'm going to be on the holodeck. Bye. Mm-hmm. He goes to the holodeck and bangs artificial women.
Sounds hot.
I do like Luton's worst jobs? Luton 09? I think he does have a video like worst jobs in the Imperium or worst fates in the Imperium. The distraction. Whistling Diesel shot a steel plate at point blank range with a 50 and hurt himself just a while ago. I mean, that doesn't seem smart. Don't you want to be like 100 yards away if you shoot something with a 50 cal?
Blue Bob Man, I need those Z's. Knight. Yeah, big ol' squigs.
Prussian Blue. Holdo was an idiot for treating her XO executive officer the way she did. I don't remember what Poe's rank was. It is a little weird to me that there's ranks in the Rebellion. I mean, I guess there must be, but it is weird for the Rebellion to really be treated like a military. I always figured it was a little bit more of like a Robin Hood type deal. You know, a merry band of men. Because like it seems like if you're in the Rebellion and you're just like ordered to do something that seems dumb or crazy, it seems like you probably just wouldn't carry it out. I mean, it's not like they're getting paid or anything. Mm-hmm. But I think actually Poe Dameron had been demoted by Leia at that point. And I think that Holdo was just kind of going off of Leia. And if Leia didn't trust Poe Dameron, then she wasn't going to trust Poe Dameron. I also agree that whole plot was pretty messy. But, yeah. Lucky Bat. Riker kind of always looks like a dick. Corbin the Blood Angel. You know that rowboat girly man is having some heresy with his Eldar waifu.
You better believe it.
Prussian Blue. Poe was the second highest in command, still alive, who was able to command. Akbar was the...
Really working through.
Poe is the second highest in command, still alive when he was able to command. Akbar and Leia was killed. Leia was unconscious. Holdo was CO, and Poe was acting XO. I don't remember them saying the specific ranks. I just remember Leia demoting Poe pretty much right before she gets taken out, and then Mary Poppins her way back to the ship. Which also, one really fun thing that is like a blink and you'll miss it. But so Leia Mary Poppins her way back to the ship, and then they just cut to her being inside the ship. Did they open a space door and grab her? Like, is that...
That's a good question.
I guess, did they just hold on real tight and open the door for a second? Because I still think in terms of vacuums... I know, like, Star Wars is pretty soft with the sci-fi, but it's just funny.
Mm-hmm. Andy Crimson, there is a roach that scurried away somewhere in my room. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
Roaches are nasty. Mm-hmm. Corbin the Blood Angel. Jay, do you know of Major Kill, the YouTube channel? I know Major Kill. I've watched some of his videos. I have a respect for him. I don't love his videos, but I do. He is very much himself. Mm-hmm. Like, there's some channels out there that are kind of like salty or a little better than thou. He's just like, nope, I'm a bro, and I say the lore. And he commissions hentai for his Patreon subscribers, and it's kind of beautiful.
Fuck a flame. I'm so happy we don't have roaches in Alaska. Cold roaches.
Prussian Blue. Fun fact, if you stand at the front of an airlock, away from the opening door, you won't get launched out. I don't get it. Is that... Because you have a vacuum on one side and an atmosphere on the other, and the atmosphere... It might be a joke. Star Wars headcanon. We can do the right... make Leia fly. We'll just play it off like she has the Force magic or it's a tractor beam. I mean, I like the moments. I think it's a really cool moments. I think it just looks super dumb and they should have tried again. Mm-hmm. Or, you know what they really should have done, especially since she died. Although I don't think she died before the movie came out. So they wouldn't have known to do this. They wouldn't have known that they have to kill her off. But they should have had her do the Holdo maneuver. That would have been a pretty epic ending for Leia. Mm-hmm. Other than for her to actually die, but then they need her for another movie.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, the Leia we get in 9 is perfect. Mm-hmm. I mean, if I would never have known that was not Leia. Mm-hmm. But it's just weird and creepy that it's a thing.
Mm-hmm. Did she still get paid?
Did she still get her Coke?
Mm-hmm. No, that's the real question.
Corbin the Blood Angel. Jay, what are you going to paint next? I don't know, but whatever it is, it'll be decided by our patrons over on Patreon. Yeah. They picked this model. Mm-hmm. The distraction. Too much scotch to make a solid sentence. I wish I had some scotch.
It's always a good place to be.
Taco Flame. I've got to run before the store closes. See you guys later.
See ya.
Don't call me Shirley. I have the same birthday as Carrie Fisher. I'm flexing on y'all. Just paint Nick like one of your French girls. Dr. Jokel, at Prussian Blue. I just rewatched it on YouTube. She does go back in through the hole, and then they open the door, and then they open the door for her and quickly cut away. Yeah, I think they did like just a quick edit. Just, she gets inside, don't think about it. Mm-hmm.
A classic.
Moneteer. That was me 20 minutes ago, Lo. Now I'm back with Ice Cream Dream.
Yeah.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Canopied, hello, hello. You know what was one of my least favorite moments in 8? Well, episode 8. I think they did not do a great job of kind of balancing the humor. It was a little awkward because the movie's pretty serious. Most people are the good guys are kind of losing for the whole movie. There's a weird moment where you see a spaceship like coming in for landing, and then the camera pulls out a little bit more, and you see it's actually a droid ironing a First Order uniform.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what is this? Was that a joke? Was that a subversion of something? Like, what was that? How did that end up in this movie? Is that the scene, the reason this movie needed to be 2 hours and some change? So we could see a shirt ironing gag? Flimbo the dude, J.U. Brown God, tell me how your day was. Sounds like someone else has had a little bit little scotch.
Jeez Louise.
Impression Blue, the thing that launches you out the airlock is the air pushing you, not the vacuum pulling you. So standing as far from the open airlock puts as little air in front of you. Ah, okay, interesting. Mm-hmm. I always assume though, because the air goes out pretty quick, right? Mm-hmm. So I always assume like in movies when like the airlock is sucking them away, that the spaceship is pumping as much oxygen back into the room to try to fix it, and all that new oxygen is being sucked out. So it kind of doesn't matter how far away you are.
Mm-hmm.
Corbin the Blood Angel. So do Space Marines not have penises? Or if so, what's up with the Traitor Legion penises? I think Space Marines have penises.
Yeah, but how big are they?
I mean, they're probably pretty big. Or what if they're really, really small?
Like micro?
A micro penis. It's the only thing not big about them.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the steroids.
Mm-hmm. The roids take it right away from the dick.
Dr. Jokel, it looks like she passes through another door to get to the one that they opened, so they technically could have still sealed off the area and got her out. Not sure why they would have an airlock behind the bridge. Yeah, it was they got her.
Andy Crimson, what if they are normal size penises? They just look tiny in comparison to their large muscles.
That's a good point.
Probably. Yeah, they always miss that part of the diagram.
Yeah, they never quite show that.
And that's kind of disappointing.
I mean, Space Marines are indoctrinated and brainwashed to care about nothing but combat, so technically they would have no use for a penis.
Yeah. I like to think that maybe, you know how like there's the Space Marines, then they have like tubes that go in their head and stuff. Mm-hmm. Some of them. I mean, we're that's another place where a tube can go.
Or maybe that's where the tube starts.
Mm.
We're seeing the end point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you really know it's around 11, a little after 11:30 when we're talking about Space Marine dicks.
Don't call me Shirley. Were Space Marines circumcised? Like I was wondering the same thing about the clone troopers, since Django might be. Well, we know the penises work because in Clone Wars, a clone had a family, had children. And they were like weird abomination children because he banged a Twi'lek, and so one of the children had human skin, like human skin color, but had the Twi'lek head tails, and the other one had like weird patches of blue skin and patches of like brown skin. It was really a really weird choice. Also, that's exactly how science works. If you have sex with an alien, your babies will just be human-alien hybrids.
Mm-hmm. Obviously.
Jesse Nicoletti, there's something in one of the first Space Wolf books where one reminisces about the girls in his hometown. Oh, interesting. Although I wonder if he's reminiscing about his life pre turning into a Space Marine.
With his penis.
Yeah, and I know the Space Wolves are a little bit special because I think they only get recruits from Fenris. And they're a little, and I think they also are actually part of the planet a little bit. Like most Space Marines live apart from the humans, but I think the Space Wolves are actually a little bit different. Monitor, join us next time. The philosophies behind the Adeptus Astartes dong size.
Very important.
Prussian Blue, you act like banging a Twi'lek is something you wouldn't do, Jay. I think it's just weird that it like not only did it work, but that the children like just make one of them a normal human and one of them a normal Twi'lek. The fact that they made them hybrids is an interesting choice. Prussian Blue, Space Wolves commonly have sex with local women in celebration after feasts and stuff. Holy moly, cite your sources. Space Marines are like 10 feet tall.
Cite your sources. Yeah, that is quite the image.
Dr. Trokel, circumcision isn't genetic. If Django was cloned or not, I like to think they have a chameleon moil that operates the little guillotine, like Mel Brooks in Robin Hood Men in Tights. Justin Nicoletti. Someone should call up Games Workshop and ask, I'm curious how big a Space Marines Johnson is. Lucky Pat. The fact that they made hybrids was an interesting choice. Oh, just wait for more Beastars. Oh, no! What's great, though, is Beastars is supposed to be messed up. Star Wars Clone Wars is a show for kids. I hope we don't see like a wolf bunny hybrid. Power Surge. It's official. Space Wolves are S tier chapter. Prussian Blue. Beastars is just an inferior BNA. No, BNA sucks. BNA has nothing. It's a bizarre show with no plot. The bad guy turns into King Ghidorah at the end. But luckily the main character's friend is also a god. And they shoot lasers at each other and the bad guy loses. Also, the mayor, who is a naked mole rat, does kung fu.
Amazing.
And there's a whole episode devoted to the in this animal world, they play baseball to the death. Also, this Anima City, which apparently is awesome, has in the very first episode we learned that it's run by crime families and human trafficking is rampant. That's literally in episode 1. Don't call me Shirley. Beastars is trash. Cowboy Bebop better than any modern show. I've heard Cowboy Bebop is fun. Prussian Blue. The entire point is that Anima City is supposedly great, but it's actually Detroit. It's pretty good. And Drigo Rosati, a relatable show for children. Yeah, Beastars is not for children.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it could be, though.
Mm-hmm.
That was way too much white paint. I think Jay says he hasn't seen Cowboy Bebop. I have not seen much anime.
Corbin the Blood Angel. Are you and Nick brothers?
Yes.
Yes.
The distraction. Tube to head equals protein source.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, how do you think those Space Marines keep those gains?
Prussian Blue. I'm gonna truck a BNN. BNA is trash. Up as another wrong opinion from Jay.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't the worst thing I'd ever seen, but I didn't get it. It wasn't like Beastars has a plot from beginning to end, and it all makes sense. I did not get what the heck was going on in B&H. Why did the humans hate the animals? Like, the show opens with roving gangs of teenagers out to murder animals who are just regular people. Also, in Anima City, how come the animals wear their human disguises the whole time? Is it just to save animation budget? Also, remember when her friend became... So she meets her childhood friend, who is now the second in command of a cult? Also, there's a cult. And I think they have to... a big part of the show is trying to decide if the cult is going to be allowed to stay in the city. Prussian Blue. Racism, Jay, that's literally why. Yeah, but they didn't explain... Like, the racism stuff in Beastars makes perfect sense. In B&H, the animals never do anything wrong to the humans. And if that's part of the racism isn't resolved at the end because the animals are still stuck in Anima City. Like, they're not allowed out into the normal world. Jesse Nicoletti. Jay, you need to see Bleach. It's on Netflix. I know I need to see it. That is on the list of the 50 animes I have to watch, according to my friend. Corbin the Blood Angel. Does anyone have any tips on fighting Death Guard? I think Death Guard have an invulnerable save. So probably volume of shots. That's all I know.
Are they good in Kill Team?
Oh, I don't know about Kill Team. They seem okay.
I don't know if we're talking about 40k or Kill Team. But I'm talking about Kill Team.
I bet they do okay in Kill Team. It seems like in Kill Team, it's interesting. The bodies, the Plague Marines are very good, but very expensive. Mm-hmm. But the Poxwalkers are very cheap. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. Mm-hmm. Don't Call Me Shirley. Go on Prime and watch Vinland Saga. It's amazing anime. It's better than most modern anime. It's about Vikings. It's sick. The animation is amazing. Whole show is show food. I love show food. And Andrigo Rossetti, you don't have friends who joined pyramid schemes in high school? I do know some people who joined pyramid schemes, but
Knives.
Oh, the knives. Oh, the knives. Don't. If someone says you're gonna make money selling their knives, you're not.
I remember one of my friend's brothers was getting into the knife game, and he called our house, and I was the one answered, and he was like, "Hey, can I talk to your mom about these knives?" And I was like, "No, she doesn't want them." She doesn't want those knives.
Holy cow, Prussian Blue. Also, Death Guard are great in Kill Team. I've held my own with 4 models in 3-way matches, only losing because people teamed up and one gave up mid, so the other got ahead in points. Wow, neat. 4-man, so were you playing like a Terminator in there? Because I know my list has 4 Death Guard and a bunch of Poxwalkers. And I think each one has a weapon upgrade. I have a flail, a plague spewer, a plague knife, and a banner. One of them has the banner. Don't call me Shirley. Just sell death sticks. You want to buy some death sticks? Nah, I don't want to sell you death sticks. I want to go home and rethink my life. I wonder what that guy's up to. Do you think Star Wars is still on his acting reel?
I hope so.
Dr. Jokal, selling knives and stuff like that isn't technically a pyramid scheme. It's multi-level marketing, or MLM, which is also a scam. Moneteer, my buddy sold those knives. Well, I don't know if sold is the right word, because he is the only one who bought them. He says he still uses them, but I think it's just the sunk cost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Actually, they're really good knives. So I'm glad that I bought them.
It was a classic pyramid scheme call where he's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey, I haven't heard from you in ages." And he's like, "Yeah, what's going on?" And we're chit-chatting, and then he's like, "All right. So anyway, I'm selling these knives. I'm wondering if you could give me your parents' number." And I'm like, "Well, no." And he's like, "No. I make money on the pitch." And I'm like, "No, they don't want them."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Okay, well, we should hang out." And I'm like, "Okay." And then we never spoke again.
Yeah. And it just ruined.
Yeah.
It just ruined that relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you feel deceived too.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
Mm-hmm. Prussian Blue, I had a champ with Plasma and Power Fist, Normal Bolter Marine, Plague Spewer Marine, and a level 2 fighter Flail of Corruption Blight Lord who smashed anyone who dared, especially the Berserker. Oh yeah, the Flail is OP.
Dog of like a flame. I'm back with hot dogs and muffins. It's quite the combination.
I'll be back in just 2 seconds.
Oh my goodness. I like to think that the hot dogs are inside the muffins. I honestly feel like that'd be a pretty good combination. Kino Kinones, you think knives are a bad pyramid scheme? I studied, paid, and was licensed to sell life insurance for a month.
I want to remind myself how good the Plague Flail is.
And
the book was next to me. Which, thank goodness we called off the kill team today, because it would have taken me an hour to find this thing. It was under some papers.
Oh, yeah?
Where is Plague Marines? Drukari, as Yanari, Thousand Suns. There we go, Plague Marine. Flail of Corruption. You can the Flail of Corruption is Strength +2, AP -2, Damage 2. Although I've heard it's been FAQ'd back down to 1. You can reroll wound rolls of 1 for this weapon. Make D3 hit rolls each time you attack with this weapon. And D3 hit rolls each time you attack with this weapon. Plague Marine fighter gets 2 attacks. So this is 2d3, meaning minimum of 2, maximum of 6.
Oh my god.
That's pretty darn good. And you know, it just says make d3 hit rolls each time you attack with this weapon. So if you make him... Wait, let me just double check. Okay, so he can be a combat, which would give him 3 attacks. So all of a sudden, he's attacking 3d3 times.
Oh my god.
Is there any way I can give him another attack? Maybe. Poxwalker uses attack at the start of the first battle round.
So you can make sure that something dies.
I mean, 3d3 good punches. That'll do some damage.
Mm-hmm.
Moneteer, Plague Flail is naughty. Matt Weller, getting into knives will get you just as spendy as Games Workshop Plastic Crack. So many cool Japanese brands. I saw a knife I thought was pretty cool. I really liked the assist open knives, but they always fall apart because they're, you know, it's too many parts to go in a knife. Really, a knife should be one part. But I saw these cool knives that actually use a chain and a coil or a tension spring instead of a leaf spring. And that actually seems like a pretty solid system. Prussian Blue. 3d3s hitting on 2s. Hitting on 2s? I see Weapon Skill, Ballistic Skill 3. Unless, are you talking about the fighter at level 2? Or the comm specialist? I don't think it makes you a better... Maybe it does. Unless you're talking about something more than what's in this book. Because all I have right now is the basic rule book.
Sneezy wheezy. Beautiful cover girl.
Prussian Blue, how am I getting the 2... how am I hitting on 2-ups? Level 2 combat specialist. Level 2 combat specialist. Okay, I'm looking at the combat specialist. No, combat specialist is first. Level 2. Use this tactic at the start of the fight phase. Pick a combat specialist of level 2 or higher from your kill team. Until the end of the phase, you must subtract 2 from the model's attacks characteristic, but your opponent must reroll successful hit rolls made against this target. Oh, wait, okay. Okay. Level 2, you can take Warrior Adept. Add 1 to the hit rolls for this model in the fight phase. So that's how you hit on 2-ups. Interesting.
Amazing.
Prussian Blue. Blight Lords. Blight Lords have a 3-up weapon skill base. I mean, all Plague Marines have a 3-up weapon skill base. Ooh, and look at these Poxwalkers. They are OP. Weapon skill 5 up.
Oh,
so they're hitting on that 5 or a 6 with their 1 attack. Whew. Oh no, they get 2 attacks. That's great.
Ooh.
Strength 3, toughness 3. Oh my god. Their save is on a 7-up.
7-up?
So they can't make saves.
Wow.
Okay. It's 7-up because they have a special rule Each time a model with this ability loses a wound, it rolls a d6. On a 5-up, the model does not lose a wound. That's a weird way to phrase it. So they have a 6-up, a 6-up feel no pain, or a 5-up feel no pain. Why would they word it like that? Why not just say it has a 5-up feel no pain? I guess is every time feel no pain brought up in this book? It's worded in like 4 sentences.
I don't know. But speaking of worded in four sentences,
Yeah.
it is 12 o'clock. And you know what that means?
Mm-hmm.
That means you're gonna go watch all the videos of this week if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta. And we'll be back with another live stream on Monday.
Yes, we will.
At 9 p.m.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
And